What's up, everybody? I'm not supposed to say this, but hockey might be my favorite sport. So I'm going to do a quick read from yesterday's micro essay about puck and player data tracking, which I think is so fascinating. So the National Hockey League players regularly shoot the puck about 100 miles an hour, skate 20 plus miles an hour, and do so in a space that's 1/3 the size of a football field. Given the pace of the game, enhancing what can be understood beyond the human eye is obviously significant, right? So it's inspired to see how the NHL is investing in advanced analytics, which is puck and player tracking. And it's very, very intriguing to consider how far they'll go in the next 18 months, right? Because this stuff is exponential, both in the size of the data sets and their growth and the impact of the insights that come out of them when you apply machine learning to better understand what machines can help you see that you can't necessarily see with your human eye. So the quote from one of the articles on NHL.com was puck and player tracking became fully operational in 2021-2022 with up to 20 cameras in each arena and infrared emitters in each puck and sweater, aka jersey. The cameras detect infrared signals from the pucks up to 60 times per second. And the players up in the sweaters and the jerseys up to 15 times per second, generating millions of raw location data points. The advanced analytics investments that the league is making and the teams are making is especially interesting. But for me, there's two reasons that I think are especially interesting. One is the impacts that players have that don't show up in traditional stat sheets. So there are nuances to every hockey game, and you kind of pick up on that as you watch more and more of them, just like every sport. But hockey in particular, because it used to be kind of unimaginable that you could track these types of things, but with puck and player tracking data now, I think that the game can be mapped in really intriguing ways. So, for example, where a shot is taken. So a shot from the blue line versus, over on the side or right in front of the crease and kind of the danger zone, those all have very different weights. And especially if each of them actually didn't make it to the goalie, so it wasn't a shot on goal per se, you would really want to know where those shots were coming from, first and foremost, because that enhances the probability of the next time that shot comes from a high probability scoring area that it might turn into a goal. Also, big timely hit can swing the momentum, and players that have a knack for doing that when a team needs a jolt. I'm looking at you, Jacob Trouba. You know who you are. If you don't know who that is, that's the captain of the New York Rangers, obviously. It's a very valuable thing, right? As momentum is an intangible but very big deal. Look at Trouba. Look at the impact he has on our team. Now, enabling these anecdotal qualitative data sets to be aggregated into quantitative data sets that can inform tactical decision-making along with roster construction decisions is noteworthy. Translation, everything I just said into a data set that a machine can understand, machine learning then analyzes it and makes predictions. Hey, this player would be great on our team, so we should go get him as a free agent because, 1 + 1 = 3, into tactical decision-making between, one game and another, and so on and so forth. You get the drill. Also, the different ways the teams are constructing their analytics and data science and operations departments, right? So it's generally accepted that Major League Baseball is the furthest along in building out their data science and operations departments. But when you look at the growth in analytics departments across the NHL, you can see the progress. So there's an article called Analytics in the NHL, where it's at and where it's going next by The Athletic. It was July 2022. Right? And so it's dated, but it showed a meaningful jump in the analytical hires, as they called them, from 2019 to 2020. I imagine the investment trend has continued and would love to see the data updated to 2024, as there are a variety of ways to think about the construction of these departments to optimize both for the near-term value creation versus the longer-term competitive viability and the magic of compounding. So pulling a quote here from Allison Lucan, from the Seattle Kraken, which I thought was fantastic. And she's a great follow on Twitter for those that are on the Bird app, X. Having those dedicated skills is key. Seattle Kraken contributor and on-air analyst for Root Sports Northwest, Allison Lucan explained, and her quote, "Working with data as efficiently and effectively as possible means having a team that can just analyze data, but one that can also make it accessible, ensure it's clean and organized and usable," Lucan said. So you're looking at a spectrum of skills that a spectrum of skills that is likely much more broad than most people anticipate. Bringing in specialists as appropriate means your analytics team is as strong and productive as possible as one more source of information for your organization. Link below to the NHL article as well as The Athletic. Again, it's a long one, but I couldn't help but but maybe I should have cut that into 2. But in any case, this stuff is fascinating, and the NHL is meaningfully committed, which is fantastic. And we're all going to be seeing and feeling the results go forward. So anyhow, that's it for now. Hope all is well. Enjoy the rest of the day.